Once upon a tide and a twinkle, on an island tucked between sunbeams and waves, lived a girl named Moana of Motunui. Now, Moana wasn't your ordinary island kid. While others were busy weaving baskets, catching coconuts, or dancing by the lagoon, Moana was the one staring at the sea, arms crossed, like it owed her an explanation. And guess what? She wasn't wrong. Because the sea liked her. Really liked her. It would wave at her with little splashes, toss shells at her feet, and one time, it even handed her a glowing green rock. Yup, just casually dropped the magical Heart of Te Fiti in her lap like, "Hey girl, you busy? Wanna save the world? Now? Let's rewind a bit. Long ago, there was a goddess named Te Fiti who could create life with her heart. But one day, a shiny loving demigod named Maui muscles like a boulder, and confidence like Ho stole the heart. Why? Because humans always want more. Also, he thought it made him look cool. Big mistake. Without the heart, darkness spread across the ocean. Islands lost their fish, their crops turned black, and a lava monster named TK showed up, stomping around like an angry volcano with a bad attitude. And Maui, let's just say he got whooped so hard, he lost his magical fish hook and vanished. Years later, in the island of Motunui, baby Moana was chosen by the ocean. But her dad, Chief Tui, had one rule: no sailing beyond the reef. Like, ever. Stay where the coconuts grow. The fish are fine, and nobody gets eaten by storm whales. Reasonable, right? But the sea kept calling. Grandma Talamona's wild, dance-loving, stingray-whispering grandma was the only one who understood. "You're special," she'd say, "and the ocean chose you for a reason." Then one day, the coconuts turned black. The fish vanished. The darkness was coming. Moana knew it was time. Her people needed help. Her island needed saving. Grandma Tala, before floating away into sparkly stingray form, handed Moana the Heart of Te Fiti. And that was it? No more waiting. Moana snuck out at night, grabbed a canoe, and set sail armed with determination, courage, and a chicken named Heihei who had the IQ of a coconut. The ocean cheered her on. "Woo, you go, girl." Well, maybe it didn't literally cheer, but the waves looked very encouraging. She traveled far, got tossed around by waves, and even got puked on by a sea monster. Then, she found Maui, or rather, crash-landed into his island, yelled at him until he stopped flexing, and convinced him to help return the heart. Eventually, now, Maui was a handful. He had living tattoos, turned into animals, and constantly sang about how awesome he was. His theme song? "You're welcome." Modest, right? Moana, I need your help to restore the heart. Maui, first I need my hook. Moana, let's go get it. Maui, okay, but don't touch anything weird. Moana touches everything weird. Together, they faced Kakamora tiny coconut pirates who looked like footballs with rage issues. They had ships, arrows, and very aggressive snacks. Moana and Maui barely escaped. Next, they dove into the realm of monsters, where gravity was a suggestion and the laws of weirdness ruled. There, they met Tamatoa, a giant shiny crab who sang about being fabulous and tried to eat them while monologuing like a disco villain. Moana helped Maui get his hook back and escape, but the hook didn't work properly. It flickered and glitched like a magical TV with bad reception. Maui panicked. Without his hook, he wasn't the hero. At least, that's what he believed. Moana reminded him, "You're more than your hook." But Maui, like most people with biceps bigger than their brains, needed time to believe it. Then came the ultimate test. They reached Te Fiti, but blocking their path was TK, a lava monster as tall as a mountain, made of fire, smoke, and Monday morning energy. Every time they tried to sail past, TK blasted molten fireballs. Maui's hook was cracked. Moana's boat was toast, and everything seemed lost. Maui gave up. "I can't beat her," he said, flying away. Mona was alone, scared, broken. She cried to the ocean, "Why did you choose me?" And the ocean, in its gentle, splashy way, stepped back. That's when Mona heard the voice of Grandma Tala Stingray sparkle in the stars. "Mona," she said, "you have to believe in yourself." And that was it. The moment, the spark. Mona tied her hair, fixed her sail, grabbed the heart, and headed toward TK. No hook. No Maui. Just heart. As TK roared, Mona didn't fight. She sang. She walked across the water, raised the heart, and whispered, "I know your name." Because TK wasn't a monster. She was Te Fiti transformed by pain, rage, and the loss of her heart. Mona returned the heart, and in a blink, the fire faded, the smoke cleared, and Te Fiti bloomed green, peaceful, and glowing with life. Mona had saved the world, not by fighting but by seeing the truth, by healing, by listening. Maui returned, humbled and grateful. "You know, I think I preferred the chicken," he joked. Te Fiti smiled, restored his hook, and gave Mona a goodbye flower in the most goddess way possible. Mona sailed home stronger, wiser, wind in her hair, and Heihei somehow still alive. Her people greeted her as the chief she was meant to be. But more than that, she was a wayfinder. She taught her village to sail again, to explore, to reconnect with who they truly were. And from that day forward, the people of Motunui weren't just islanders. They were voyagers. They told stories of the girl who followed the stars, talked to the ocean, and changed the world not with magic, not with muscle, but with her heart. Because sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is believe in yourself. So, little adventurer listening out there, if the world tells you can't, if the winds seem rough, or the ocean feels too big, remember Mona. Remember the girl who tamed lava with kindness and crossed oceans with courage. You don't need a magic hook. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. And maybe a chicken, a really weird chicken. Because greatness, it's inside you. Always.